Hello everyone, myself Dinesh Rathi.
My name is Rohan.
My name is Saurabh Gupta.
We are ready with our third book review, which is 4-Hour Work Week. And the title of the book is Escape 95, Live Anywhere, Join the New Rich.
Yes. So this book is all about how can you become a more productive person rather than not working for 100 hours a week, rather work for 4 hours a week and earn millions of dollars or
Correct.
live your dream life.
He has just given this as a concept of 4 hours, but he doesn't say that you work only 4 hours.
Yes.
But he says if you really want to enjoy the life, this is the concept.
Right.
By working 4 hours also, you can really enjoy the life
Right.
and earn money.
And everybody wants to skip this 9 to 5 life.
Correct.
And whosoever is working, they want that's money, power, freedom, time.
Right.
But this book talks about that at any point of time we have only two things with us. Either we have money or time, time, or we don't have that much energy.
Right.
So if you want to have time, money and energy, then you have to have this kind of lifestyle which he is talking about.
Correct.
Right. He has structured this book on DEAL, that's deal. D stands for definition, E stands for elimination, A stands for automation, and L stands for liberation.
Liberation. Correct.
So yeah, definition is we can go forward with the
Yes,
definition.
let's start
D
with
for
definition.
definition.
Yes. So definition means that you have some self assumptions. You have
Correct.
some
About-
assumptions about yourself.
Yes, sir.
Right.
So you need to get rid of those false assumptions. And E is elimination. So elimination means you should get rid of something which is not important.
Right.
So you should always focus on something which is important.
Only important things. Focus your
Right.
energy, your time on important things so that you will become more productive in your life.
Right. And then there's A. A is automation. It speaks for itself. Is that you automate your work rather than you
Correct.
working on all the roles which you are appointed. Rather you working on it, you
Correct.
appoint someone or you automate that process by introducing a software technology or a
Correct.
human resource in that
Yes.
in that role.
And this not only you are automating your processes, automate the money flows.
Yes,
cash
cash
flow is
flow-
also
Cash
very
flow.
important.
Cash flow.
It means that without you, company should perform. It
Right,
should
yes.
not that without your approval, companies stop. Without you, everything should work. That's what the author means.
Right.
And it tells about that the liberation, the last part of D.
Last part.
It tells that you should not be dependent of the location.
Yes.
So for example, if you are working in London, so you should be having some skills wherein you are earning something in London, but you should be able to earn that much money in some other part of country.
Yes.
also.
Right.
Matlab, he's saying that use the technology which is available in today's world,
Right.
that your mobile should be your office. Run your entire company from the mobile. That's what
In a way, it's like you go on your honeymoon and
Yes.
still the income is coming in
Income is coming.
for your wife and
Correct.
still the bank
That's what he
account
says.
is-
It's passive income.
That's
Focus
what
on the
is-
passive income.
That what is liberation is. That is
Correct.
create freedom of location. Further, we are definitely going to deep dive in these terms. That is D for definition.
So let's
E
start
for-
with definition.
Yeah, we can start with the definition. So D for definition in that it's like
Definition means that if you are earning, for example, your friend is earning $50,000 a month, and you are earning $10,000 a month. So it means that who is earning more? So it depends on various criteria. For example, that he is earning for maybe 80 hours a week, and you are working only 10 hours a week.
Right.
So who is actually earning more? Obviously, you are earning more. So he talked about the relativity, right?
Right.
Yeah,
He has introduced
actually
many
it's,
different examples.
same thing he explained in a different way. The relative income and absolute income.
Okay.
Absolute income means overall this person is earning $80,000, and this person relative terms he is earning in $10,000 in only 10 hours.
10 hours.
So his relative income is more because he's
Right.
working less and earning same which the other person is
Yes.
earning. So he says relative income is more important than the absolute income.
Yes,
Right.
and he talked about that if you are living in a city, say for example America, any of the city in New York you are living in, and your expenses are more than your income. So you better live in a city where the expenses are less, so that you can save more and you can become a billionaire or millionaire, because saving is something which decides your.
Right. Basically, what in a way it's like you're not planning for planning to retire at a particular age with a particular amount of income. Rather, you retire from your work, which is just a motion which you are doing, that is not a productive work. Because people say, how is it possible that we work, if we work for like 4 hours a week, how is it possible? In a work environment, basically, it is what is expected in a work environment is the motion. Your motion should be that you should be on your laptop, you should be on your job, you should be doing some physical activity, then it is called as you're working.
Yeah, that's what the general notion today's in the minds of today's people.
Right, and it's not about the productivity you get out of it. So basically, if you just calculate, I want you guys to calculate really how much do you work in a week's time, and in that whatever time you work, what outcome do you get? What is the productivity? And after that, calculate in how much time really that work could be done.
Yes.
So maybe it can be attending one client who may be like giving you a business of $1 million.
Correct.
Versus he must be consuming just 1 hour of your week,
Yes.
and versus you just sitting for like 100 hours a week and delivering to 10 clients who are not delivering a penny also.
Yes.
So that is what is covered in the book in a very different way.
Yes.
And he talked about retirement. He said that you get retired because you may not be liking your job.
Right.
So that's why you're getting retired.
That's a very strong statement he has given in it, that if it is not that way, then you should definitely
You should never retire. Okay.
Yes.
So he's saying that you can take a sabbatical for some time. You can say, okay, I want to take some sabbatical, and after that I can resume my work.
Yes.
And if at all you are, if at all you think that okay, you have earned enough and you want to get retired, then you don't understand one thing, that every year there is something called inflation.
Right.
So whatever you get out of your savings, out of the pension which you are getting, that would not suffice the kind of inflation we are having every month.
Right.
So that would not be sufficient income for you. And again, if you are very workaholic, then you will again after 3 weeks you'll be so bored, you want to go to your job. You say, okay, I want to do my job. So again, the retirement is not the thing which you should go for.
Correct. Right. One thing which he said is that less is not laziness.
Less is not laziness.
Most people have the concept that I should work more. Then only they feel satisfied.
If I work more, I'm going to earn more.
Yes. He says you don't have to work more to earn more. You have to work smart. Especially one thing which he used is effectiveness versus efficiency.
Right.
Intensity.
Yes, efficiency.
Yeah.
Effectiveness versus efficiency. Most people focus on efficiency. I'll do this work in an efficient way.
Right.
They work hard. But he says focus on important job and not just efficiency.
Yes. So
Yes.
be effective, not
Just efficient.
Efficient. So
Focus
he
more on
means to say,
effectiveness.
for example, if you are going to gym, maybe you are working out for 1.5 hours for 2 days in a week.
Right.
So this is called intensity. But if you are going to gym daily and you are working out for 15 minutes, that's called consistency and that's called efficiency. So
Right.
you should be consistent rather than thinking about intensity.
And even I on this note, I have started applying in my work also. So basically, I had this habit of overworking a week. I work like
Yes.
120 hours a week, and now in a day I just work for 2 to 3 hours, and rest of the time I just do what I love, and whatever work I do for those 3 hours is like very effective.
Yes.
You know, I've started applying. these
Even
principles.
I am doing the same. Whenever I need to talk to my client, even either I call them in the morning, maybe 9 to 9:30, or I call them in the evening, maybe 7 o'clock, because during daytime they are very busy, and I will not talk.
Yeah,
to
that's
them.
not. That's absolutely a wrong time to call anyone.
But I apologize. I always ask for permission, and I ask for forgiveness.
Right.
So that is something I'm getting good response, good clients also.
Right, and that is the very good concept covered in the book, is that permission versus forgiveness.
Yes.
So don't ask for permission, ask for forgiveness. That's one of the great points he has covered, which is applying in his life.
Even I am applying, and I'm getting good clients. I'm getting very good clients just because of this formula.
Yes.
So
Let's move on to the next thing. Next thing is
Yes.
elimination. Elimination again talks for itself. Eliminate all those work which is eating up your time and which is absolutely not important.
Correct.
Means it's like you have to just do it as a, I don't have a word for it. What
Just
I-
because you have to do it,
because
do
you
it.
have to do it. Yeah, and it's not going to give you any result, nor it is going to give you satisfaction, any mental, physical satisfaction, nor it is going to add anything in your bank balance. So yeah,
He says doing something unimportant.
right.
Just doing it doesn't make it important, right?
Right.
He says focus only on things which matter and generally we keep on postponing this thing because we are fearful. We don't get, because that thing is difficult, we keep on postponing and we
Right.
keep on doing things which is easy.
Right.
He says out of 10 things which we have on to-do list, 9 are easy and 1 is difficult.
Right.
And most of the time we do only those 9 things, and one thing which is actually important, we keep on postponing it.
Procrastination. And
Yes.
he did give us some solution to it. He says that you should outsource the things.
Yes.
In which you, if you think that this thing is eating up my time, then you should outsource those things. For example, you may like gardening, you may like washing your car every day. So if you are washing your car and it takes around 45 minutes of yours, and you think that you have saved around say $20, then what do you think? Is your 1 hour worth of only $20? So you better ask someone else to wash your car
Right.
and do something proficient, something efficient
Productive,
in that.
yes.
Yeah, prolific.
You can spend time with your family, which is
Yes.
very important that time.
And next is moving on is cultivate the habit of selective ignorance. There is lot of things going around in your environment, and you have to be selective in that what you have to focus on and what you don't have to focus on, because this selective ignorance is going to help you think what is really productive, what is really efficient for you, what is really going to add a value in your life, and ultimately you are going to add value to someone else's life too. So sometimes it's like removing trash around you. That is what selective ignorance is. Like, ignore things which are not important. Really.
And recently we have met one client, and that person was also looking after that what should we give to our guest. So he was even he was even asking for coffee thing, and he was asking his team to arrange some coffee for us. So this is something I think that CEO or that MD of that company, he should not look into this petty matters of arranging coffee.
Right.
So better he should have given that task to somebody else.
Yes.
That whosoever comes,
It should be
you
delegated
should-
to someone else.
Yeah, you
If
should.
some guest comes, you should automatically bring the coffee.
Yes.
That should be a process.
Yeah. So if you eat up your mind with some petty things, then yes, you would not be able to focus your mind on some big things of the organization,
Right.
which can lead to the success.
Right.
One thing which the author said is Pareto principle,
Pareto principle.
which was there in our first book also,
Right.
7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
Right.
And it's a very important principle. Let's say 80% consequences comes from the 20% causes.
Okay.
80% result come from 20% efforts which you do.
Right.
So he says that focus your energy, 80% of your energy on only these 20% things which are important. So your results will multifold rather
Right.
than focusing on things which are meaningless.
Right. So this was one of the very good concepts or principles for that matter, which has been covered in
Also,
this book.
second, one more principle. I think we know Parkinson's law.
Right.
Yes.
Let's say if I delegate some work to my colleague, and if I tell him that you have to do this job in 1 week,
Right.
even if that job can be finished in 1 day, but if I give him 1 week for doing that job, he will expand the time and finish the job in 1 week.
Right.
But if I give him less time, his mind will work fast and he will do the same job in even lesser time, right?
So maybe you have this sense of urgency for
Sense of
for
urgency,
something
yes.
you are doing,
Yes.
and you can have this sense of urgency for selective things, because
Right.
our willpower is very limited.
Yes.
If you use your willpower in unwanted things, time wasters, then you won't be able to use your willpower in something
And
productive.
using willpower is for that you will have to learn to interrupt and to the art of refusal, to refuse things. If you want to really build up that willpower to say, you should basically build a willpower to say no, to refuse things which are not productive for you, which are maybe time wasters for you. Maybe it is just going to eat up your time on your schedule. Maybe maybe you will be free at times, you will be just in a relaxing mode and something comes up, but it is going to eat your time, your relaxing time.
And I have seen many people, they use, first thing they do when they wake up in the morning, they check their mails.
Yeah.
I mean, this is something so...
Morning times are like
especially the author says
meditation.
about emails, yes, you should
Yes.
see emails only
Twice
times
a day.
Only
Twice
2
a day.
times a day. Yes.
Right. And if we apply that concept for our checking our Facebook and WhatsApp, we can have a
Yes.
dedicated time for that. Because unless and until there is no business for you on your WhatsApp and Facebook, then we should restrict ourselves to only 2 times. 2 times is
Yes.
something which is good enough. And if your business is definitely depend on Facebook and WhatsApp or social media, then definitely you should always
Yes.
be in touch with that. That's not
Especially
what
one thing which I have personally implemented on WhatsApp and all this Facebook thing is WhatsApp, all those groups which we have,
Right,
especially social group and all those group, I watch those group only once a day.
right.
Only
Yeah,
personal
it's like
messages I
this-
see, and we know whose customer is important. If personal
Yes.
message there, it's okay.
Right,
But other messages only once a day.
right.
See, there are so many unwanted. It's okay, birthday, anniversaries, all those kind of messages are there. So
Right.
it's okay. It's important, but it's okay once a day. You can
And
manage.
these
that.
are distractions, I would say. So it
Yes.
is up to you. Be disciplined. I don't say that these things are not important.
It's
These
important,
things are
but once a
important,
day it's
but
okay.
in a proper quantity and proper quality of time you are giving to your family and important things, and rest of the time you can give to these distractions.
Correct, correct, correct.
Let's move on. Let's move on to A now. A is for automation. I
Right.
guess again this speaks for itself.
Yes.
Automate your process. Automate things. Like if there is something, one of the things which is suggested in your email is that have an autoresponder for your mails that you'll get back within this time. For example, if someone sends you an email and you know you have to respond it, but it's not that important, but you will have to respond it. Maybe your autoresponder or any person for you can reply to that email that you will be available between these times and you will get a response in this particular time.
Correct.
So whatever time you are allotting for checking your email twice a day, maybe it can be in morning or in the evening, you can share it with people that I check my emails, my Facebook, my WhatsApp in this particular time. If you have any related activity in sync with it, then definitely you will expect a reply in that particular time.
And he's so skeptical about time. He's giving so much importance to time because you can recreate money, you can
Money,
earn
yes.
more money, you can earn more
can
respect,
regenerate your
but
energy also.
you cannot recreate time.
Right.
Time is the only commodity you have
Correct.
which you cannot recreate. So
Right.
be very vigilant about it. Be very, conscious about
Correct.
it whenever you are
Especially one thing
using
which
your
he said
time.
is about delegation.
Yes.
Most of the things which we do, we keep on doing everything that I only can do this best. Right? That way we are killing our so much time. He said automation means delegate the task which you think someone can do it better than you. Also the tasks which are time consuming. The author says delegate all those tasks which are time consuming and which don't need your time, personal time.
Your time.
So
yes.
delegate all those tasks which you think are
I think we have implemented it.
Yes,
Earlier
we
we
have
used to do all the settings in our studios, and now we have dedicated team for us. So
Video editing.
video editing. and
Yes,
we have delegated all those tasks to
and we have videographer, we have video editor with us. We have all the team
Designer,
dedicated to
yes.
it.
Yes,
So they
definitely.
take
I
care.
would say this from my. It's a cost, but I'll tell you honestly. Initially, you will feel it's a cost because now the very first question you guys maybe or everyone will be having is, it's okay to outsource or give your job to someone else, but it's a cost. But to be really very honest with you, for initial phase, you will feel it as a cost. It will be a pinch for your pocket. But trust me, after a while, you will have a plan for yourself that if this thing is getting outsourced and it is going to eat up my kind of some income, you will definitely later find it as an investment because you will find something on a schedule which will be paying off for that outsourcing.
But I guess we are giving only 5% of the earning which we whatever we are going
Yes.
to get from this video. So I mean, there's no harm outsourcing it. Okay.
Yes, and yeah, it's at initially yes, I do agree it is going to be a cost for you. But if you have things automated, if you have things planned in a very good and better way, then definitely it won't be a.
But
big
time is
struggle.
important.
Yes.
But time is
Especially
very much
one thing
important.
about delegation with the author says is he was staying in America and he has delegated all those tasks to a person in India.
Right.
All those tasks. So when he is sleeping in the night, the Indian person has already finished, and when he gets up, the work is already done.
Right.
He says that you get a geographical benefit.
Right.
When
And the
America is
cost-
sleeping,
cost of
where
living
people
is
will not
also,
be working,
right.
and Indian people are working for them at that time.
Right.
No, he talks about the cost of living in India is way less than
That's why they are outsourcing the
US.
work in
So
India.
he said that you should not be dependent on the location.
Dependent
So
on-
yes, you should have some skills wherein you can earn whatever you want to earn from anywhere.
So this book doesn't just give you knowledge about time and everything. It also gives you an idea that how can you turn your income on an autopilot mode. He has given something on as Google AdWords. Now, many of you guys must be knowing. Those who don't know, then definitely go and check out what are Google AdWords and
SEO.
try to find out how can you build your business around it, or and just an income source. Not I won't say business, something on an autopilot mode which will give you some kind of money.
There are a lot of affiliation marketing things.
Affiliate marketing,
You
yes.
can you can do affiliate marketing. You can do online things. Digital marketing is the hot kid in the market.
And this generally works in autopilot mode.
Trust me, nowadays you don't need a graduation or anything for doing all these things. You can
Correct.
find good videos on YouTube also for
Yes.
that. And nowadays Google has also launched their own training programs for it. So you can definitely go and check it. The next is MBA. Now the MBA full form over here is not what we know. It's about management by absence. So if you are absent in your workspace or for for that matter for your office also, your business is getting managed, your office is getting managed, your work is getting managed.
Means the business should run without you. That's
Without it.
management by
And one of our
Not
restaurants
just business, also your work also.
Work.
If you are working
And
on job
I
also.
guess we have implemented it in one of our with one of our client. He runs a chain of restaurant. So he was asking us that what to do. I cannot be everywhere, and I have what 7-8 branches over there.
Yes.
So we have asked him to implement that CCTV cameras, and
Right.
through those
So it's a
you know,
simple thing. It's a simple thing. Yeah, it's an again implementation of a technology.
Yes, and he can watch anything from Dubai, maybe from Qatar,
And
maybe
he's just-
US.
he's just
He can
monitoring
watch
it.
everything from any location, and everything's working fine.
Everything is
And
working
he's very
fine.
thankful. Still thankful to us.
So time to move on to next is that is L, that is liberation.
Liberation.
Liberation, I guess we have already covered it, and still we'll go in depth of it, a bit of it. That is basically liberation is your freedom. Can you
Yes.
say that?
Yes.
Because he says if you delegate everything and if you are putting everything on autopilot mode because of this second and third step, automatically you have time. So what will you do in that time which you are getting now?
Right.
That's liberation. That's life. actually.
Liberation, and he said that you need not to have the millionaire's life after earning millions in your account.
Yes,
He
yes,
says
yes.
you can experience that life by the time or by the freedom which you get after
Correct.
you make the things in autopilot.
Also, he says one very good thing. There are many people who are rich, but they are not living the millionaire's life. Which
Right.
they actually dreamt of when they started business. They
Right.
wanted to have that freedom,
Right.
but
So
they are
you can
stuck in
do
the business.
Yeah, you can do other way around. You may not
Rather
have
not-
millions in your account,
Rather
but
than
you can
open a
experience
business for
that.
yourself, but you can take an
Experience.
experience.
Yes.
So, one term which I loved and one word which I loved in the book was mini retirements. Mini retirements is like you can take any time. It's up to you. It's not something for which you have to quit your job or anything. It's just a vacation you take for yourself out. It shouldn't be again vacation. When we say again, you must be start thinking about the expense you are going or the cost of it. But rather you can just stay back home and not think about your work at all and just spend your time with your family. Do normal routine work. What happens in house. So that is also mini vacation, mini retirement for you. Because after retirement, many people are on that way
Mode,
only
yes.
to do housework.
Don't do it after that. Do it now only.
So do it
When
now
you are young.
only. Even your family will feel good about it. So yeah, many couple of things like that have been covered in this book, and
Meantime, embracing the mobile lifestyle. That's what he
Yes.
says. That manage your entire business from mobile.
right.
Rather than because the world, the way the technology is growing, the author is emphasizing more and more that utilize the technology
Technology.
and automate the business using the technology, which is very important in today's world.
Right. And there are many other things covered in the book, but it is something which we won't be doing on the video because the video will be very lengthy. And the book, this one is around 300 pages,
Yes.
400.
3 to 400 pages. He has read the hard copy, we have read the e-copy. So, so yes, there is a difference in that. But apart from this book, there's nothing else as such to cover. Yes, there are many things, many techniques, many tools which are given in the book.
Yes.
Which
We will
will
definitely
help
recommend you to read this.
Yes, and if you want to really automate your work or change the definition of your work, eliminate few things,
Yes.
automate few things, then definitely you should go for this book. Read it. It's a very time investing book,
Yes, worth reading book.
Worth reading
Yes,
book.
Yes.
One of the lengthy book we have covered and one of the
Yes.
shortest video we are making.
Yes.
Yes. So that's it from our end,
Yes.
and this is what the book is all about. A very short video, a very quick video on it.
Yes.
If you like our video, do comment, do like,
Do
and
like,
do
do
share.
share. Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you
a lot,
so
guys.
much for listening to us. Thank